whatever made Reesa Teesa want to tell her story on that, what was it, Valentine's Day?
She started a little bit before Valentine's Day.
Okay, whatever made her want to tell her story that day, it has been great for her. As you all should have seen, she was on Good Morning America. She was on Tamron Hall this morning. She was,
and old girl, where she at? She done changed. She got a new attitude. She got a new attitude. So if you go to her page, she done changed her profile picture. Yes.
that was the photo shoot they was doing. I seen them doing the behind the scenes on that photo shoot.
Yeah, she got a profile picture. She has a what's the name now? Whatever, social media manager agency. So she's signed to an agency now. And we wish her the best of luck. Yeah.
I hope she capitalized on it, because you know how stuff will be. They'll have you on tour and everything, and then you be back home next month.
I hope she can do this whole Miss Netta and stuff thing that they got going on. But I think she's going to do better. I think she's very well spoken. I think she's an intelligent girl. And I think she can really capitalize on this. But in other news, the Breakfast Club, I guess they felt bad and gave a half-ass backhand so-called apology. So let's get into that. And I didn't record it from the TV. So that right there, that part right there pissed me off. That part right there. Like, oh, why are we even talking about this? We didn't do anything wrong. Like, it was the huff for me. Like, the huff would have made me slap her. Like, why? Did you hear it? Did you hear it? Did you hear the huff, Nancy Drew? Yes,
I heard it. I heard it.
The huff just pissed me off from the beginning. It just really pissed me off. But let's go into it.
Reesa Teesa from Who Did I Get Married? That's the lady from the TikTok series that she created. She will be on Tamron Hall's show today. Now, over the weekend, it was a clip of the upcoming interview that was released. She spoke on being body shamed by a famous personality who sits right across from me. He's looking at me right now. Please play the audio.
What negative comments have hurt the most, I guess?
There was a very famous personality that called me a big back, talking about my weight. And so it's things like that I'm like, Jesus, I can already admit I'm self-conscious, as a heavier woman. I feel like how I look should not dictate whether or not I deserve what I want. That was disappointing, and it was hurtful, especially the one that was the more famous personality, because again, I'm more than just my weight.
How y'all figure that was me?
And I said the same thing. I said, to me, I would have thought it was more towards Jess, because he didn't know what she was, but then Jess was like, yeah, she is a big back. Like Sheila from Why Did I Get Married? I felt like Charlamagne initially had no idea what she looked like. The whole conversation, he didn't know what she looked like. He didn't know what he looked like. I mean, he even said that they had to change the tire because they both was big backs, and both of them wasn't even in the car. He was just going off what Jess was telling him and making an assumption. So I think it's different from the people that physically saw her and said, oh, that's because you big. That's what big girls do. Than him not seeing her. And it's just like, if it's just like the shooting at Six Flags and somebody say it must have been they was black. Not knowing, but they just assuming. So I felt like, they did carry on, but I felt like, to me, it should have been towards Jess, and it could have been. She didn't say her name.
No, yeah, I don't know. She was talking about Charlamagne. She said the most famous. Charlamagne is more famous than Jess.
I think she was saying more famous, period. Like a famous person said.
Yeah, but he's still more famous than Jess.
Yeah, but do you feel like he said it?
He was not. I feel like what he said was disrespectful, not to her, but to all full figure women.
Okay, yeah. That's how I took it, more to a broad, a type of people rather than directly to her.
Yeah, and she said that she don't believe because I'm full figure, I deserve that. That's not what he said.
Yeah.
He said because you full figure, you went into this relationship wanting love more. That's what he arrived to. But I really don't feel like he pointed to just her. I feel that he was wrong assuming that full figure women is always desperate for love. I think that part is he shouldn't have said that, but he was not really pointing to Reesa Teesa. Now, I really felt that Reesa Teesa was more upset because when she said the more famous, I think she was saying because he is a black man wishing bad upon this black woman. I really felt that that is more what she was saying towards, because she was like, more famous hurt her. She was, because first of all, everybody was in her comments talking about her. Not everybody.
Well, a lot of people.
Those people, yes, those who always talk. That's the first thing they do about big people. You so fat. Why are you fat? I mean, I get it too. They say that too. So that's the first thing they say. But I think because he was on this media platform, bringing more attention to her being overweight. And I think that's why she was like, that was so hurtful, because you on this media platform bringing it to me, and you a black male, like this supposed to protect a black female. I think that's what she really thinks.
So what would have been the narrative if she wasn't big?
I don't know.
If he would have said that sound like big back behavior and just said, "Oh, she actually skinny."
But I don't think, would it been happen if she was skinny?
Would it have happened? Yeah, unless you're saying it only happened to big backs too.
That's the question. No, I think.
Yeah, I think that people get played all the time. I think that the level of how she got played had nothing to do with her being a big back. I think it had to do with desperate, and desperate women come in all sizes.
But see, here's the thing. So when she said that she was insecure, like she had some insecurities, and she said one of her insecurities was her weight. So
but
that
skinny girl, huh?
That would brought more attention to, oh, this happened because of your weight, because you was insecure because of your weight. Yeah,
I mean, but
he got a point for that too, because she said it was because of my weight. I was insecure and was about me. She said, well, I have the insecurity already because of my weight. She said already because of my weight. Yeah.
I think that people just want to attack people. I don't like, because now they're like attacking his wife for staying with him, from cheating whenever he cheated on her and all this stuff. And is she a big back because she stayed and all this? And I mean,
well, Miss Queen B was cheated on and she stayed, and she definitely ain't a big back. So it happens to all, not to all, it happens to a lot. And I don't think, I mean, I'm sure Beyonce have some insecurities, because we all do, but wasn't insecure about her weight, and it happened to her. She was cheated on. So I really think, I don't know about Charlamagne. I don't know. But he still, we're gonna keep going into it, because he tried to wiggle his way out of this. And this is why I said it was a backhanded apology, because he apologized, but then he had a comma but. It shouldn't be no apology with a comma but.
I think because he didn't think he needed to apologize. Like I feel him on the, I didn't know what you look like. That's the biggest part for me, is not knowing what you look like, and then I'm apologizing to you when my comment wasn't about you. It was about, now if he could have apologized to all women. He could have said, I want to apologize to every plus size woman out there. And then that would have been my apology if I was him, instead of apologizing to her, because he didn't do anything to her. He didn't say anything about her. What he said was what he thought the action of that person looked like. So
that's what he started off with, and then it went into it.
Well, that's because of Jess. That's why I said that if anything, she should have blamed Jess, because Jess the one kept going, and and that they played off of each other. But initially, he said that sounds like big back behavior. That sounds like something a big girl does. He didn't know her. He didn't know what she looked like. He didn't look at the series or nothing.
Yeah, he didn't, but then he assumed that he shouldn't have. But okay, let's go more into it.
How y'all figure that was me?
because you're the only famous one that was like,
that is not true.
Big back.
That's big back behavior.
Listen, all jokes aside, I tell y'all all the
This boy ain't calling it 920.
time. The easiest way to keep your own peace is to not disturb the peace of others. I disturbed that woman's peace, and that wasn't my intention. So I apologize if my words made her feel that way. But I do have two things to say. Number one, I never said she don't deserve love because of her size.
Right.
I didn't even know she was big. Just told the story, and I said it sounds like big back behavior, and then I started talking about big back belief. Now, if y'all want to have a conversation about reinforcing negative stereotypes of big backs, I understand. I'm open to it. But acting like I was having a conversation about Reesa Teesa's looks and size, that's not accurate. I was speaking in general terms about big back behavior and big back belief. And I actually said nobody has to be that desperate, because there is a man out there for you. And I do have one final point, just one. We all have social media. No, we all have social media.
Absolutely.
And we all use it for different reasons.
Yeah.
And Reese's getting a lot of props for being so vulnerable. Salute to her. But I personally feel like we have to stop bringing this stuff to social media if you don't want people to have an opinion about it.
Absolutely.
Because some of this stuff should just be reserved for our therapists. If we can't handle people having an opinion about whatever we are venting about, keep it off social media. That's my personal
That's
opinion.
a good point. When you put it out there in the world, the world's going to come back many different ways. Some people are going to be supportive. Some people are going to be joking. Some people are going to be negative. And some people are going to be big backs.
Absolutely. And she said that she was already insecure about her weight. So then why would you come to such a big platform thinking that, you know, you're going to be off limits from comments? Like, because it's people who was actually going in on her.
Absolutely.
You didn't call her a big back.
No, I was just speaking towards big back behavior and big back belief based off the story you told.
Absolutely.
And that's why even when you reference Sheila from Why Did I Get Married?
Yes.
Fantastic movie, because even that movie reinforced those same stereotypes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And we also see where Sheila ate small.
She unbigged her back. She did unbig her back. She definitely did.
And then that man came around.
This heifer said Sheila ate small.
And unbigged her back.
Sheila ate small.
Did she come back skinny? I don't even remember that.
Did she what?
Come back skinny?
No, she didn't. No, she didn't. First of all, they had her on a fat suit in the beginning.
And then they took it off. Gotcha.
They took her off.
She still wasn't skinny.
And she wasn't skinny. She had lost some weight. She was still healthy. She was still plus size. This heifer said
that, I was thinking, like, I don't remember her coming back skinny.
She wasn't skinny. She was still the singer Jill Scott size, which is plus size. Jill Scott been plus size. She didn't come back skinny. This heifer said she ate small.
Well, like I said, that they should have channeled that energy towards Jess and not Charlamagne, because Charlamagne did not know who it was. It wasn't, I don't think his apology was backhanded. It was that I didn't say anything to you. Now I'm apologizing to you for nothing.
They backpedaling.
They backpedaling.
Well, it was okay. Tyler Perry said it. Why can't we say it? That's what they're saying.
I don't think Charlamagne did nothing.
That Sheila had put on weight when she was married to her husband because of the relationship.
I understand all that. That was just though. I'm saying that I think that Charlamagne didn't do anything to her.
He did.
The apology.
What he said was uncalled for. He shouldn't have said that sound like big back behavior. He didn't say nothing to Reesa Teesa personally, but he did say as full figure women sometimes be desperate.
Then the apology should have went to full figure women, not to her. Like apologizing to her for not saying nothing about her is crazy to me.
He said, well, I don't know if we heard that part, but he did say, if I have unbothered your peace, I apologize. So he said because she feels like,
but he is right. You did upload this video and had 50 parts. You endured so much foolishness and ignored so many red flags that you had to know that it was going to be some type of backlash on your part.
She said
so. And so to get on Tamron Hall and be like, well, I was hurt because a big celebrity said XYZ. And then he the one, you should just call out all the TikTok people. Like she called the lady that said.
Called the other TikToker out and said that she didn't. And that was hurtful too. That because I'm plus size,
to me, that was more hurtful. This lady was like, did y'all see her? This, and this. Like, she was going on.
Yeah. She talked about that on the interview. How and then the question was, what have you endured since you had that? And she was just saying something her endures. I think it may have not hurt as bad as just them putting on, because why wouldn't you think she wouldn't just use her platform of her 3 million followers and record a TikTok that says, hey, Charlamagne, what you said was hurtful. She never said that. She never did that. With the other TikTok lady saying that, you wasn't good enough to have a VP because of the way you looked, she didn't record a video and say, hey, what you said was hurtful. So it wasn't that big. She was asked a question and she said, I have endured some of this. This is what I have endured, and it hurt me. She was just saying that it did hurt her. She wasn't, she didn't make it a whole big old thing. The question was asked, I responded. Because she said throughout the whole video, I am going to show all my downfalls in this. I am taking accountability that I should have did this. I should have did that. I know I looked the fool in this way. I know this, and this. She said that throughout the 50-part series. So they sound like a narcissist, them two, right there. Because they
might need to bring me on the show because I'd be right there with them.
Huh?
They need to invite me on the show.
What, the Breakfast Club? No. They didn't take accountability at all.
I keep saying they. I think that Jess should have took accountability that she was talking about the girl, but I don't feel like Charlamagne did nothing to her. Now, like I said, he could have made an apology to all plus size women, and I would have been receptive.
He said that if y'all want to have a conversation about that, that's another thing.
That's another thing, but to make it seem like I attacked her looks when I didn't know what she looked like is crazy to me.
But then after Jess said she is a plus size person, after he didn't stop.
She's the one he didn't stop.
He was going crazy.
One of the and then the skinny girl, she was spending up the money and all that. So it just all of that to say, like you said, just get therapy for it, especially if it is an insecurity of yours.
Yeah, I just don't think those are things that should be on social media because everybody.
And why can't you put it on social media? Yes, she do need to have a thick skin. But why can't you come and say your stuff? You put your business. How do they know about your wife?
And that's what he's saying, that, if you're going to put your stuff out there, you can't be super sensitive to it because you are going to have people. And like I said, celebrities have more adjusted to it than, us regular people.
Well, now she's not a regular person, so hopefully she got.
So now she has to adjust. She has to adjust and know that people gonna be like, "Oh, that wig was ugly. Oh, I didn't like what you have on. That didn't make your body look good. You look big in that." She gonna have to get used to that because it is literally people that are so miserable behind the keyboard that will wake up to put something horrible under your comments. So you got to know that if this is the path you want to take, you have to be ready for it. You don't have to take it from everybody. You can ignore it. Some people say, I don't even read the comments. I don't read the comments. I told you I don't read the comments because I don't want to go back and forth with people. They tell us we ignorant and everything, and you read the comments, not me, because I'm gonna tell them about their mama. So
I read the comments, but I just think in Jess is just getting on my nerves with it. But anyway, so the Breakfast Club did do their apology, and the only reason why they said something is because she went on Tamron Hall. Like this was
something,
huh?
Because she said something. She said she was hurt, so he had to respond. Then
no, because she said something that she was hurt, but the whole community said something to him about it. Everybody was going off to him about it. It was a backlash about it, but they never said and they never addressed it until she went on Tamron Hall and said something. If she wouldn't have said something, he wouldn't have never addressed it.
Maybe the Breakfast Club say you need to apologize. You know how
they probably did, and that's why he gave this backhand apology, saying, "If I unbothered your peace, I apologize."
And I'm gonna start using that. I'm gonna start telling people you're unbothering my peace. Like these children, you're unbothering my peace. Please.
Yeah. So that was the Breakfast Club. Did we wrap everything up? We did about Reesa. She was on Tamron Hall today. She did a good job. It was a whole storyline about other people who have been deceived in their relationship as well. It wasn't just about her. Tamron did a whole hour part on how people was deceived in their marriage, because it could happen. It can happen. And guess what? The other lady, she didn't have a big back. Okay? She did not have a big back. She was a normal sized lady that was deceived in her marriage.
It can happen. All shapes and sizes.
Yes, it can. It can. We wish the best to Reesa Teesa. I think we're going to not have to talk about her for a couple of weeks now. Hopefully she will be settling and going on her next adventure, so then we can talk about something else, because I think we done beat this one to death.
Yes. We need to find the next viral moment, because Netta and Charles should be at home now.
Well, they got a liquor line coming out.
They need to be at home.
They got a liquor line coming out.
Reesa Teesa gonna be in London. Is that where she going? Paris? One of them.
She's going to London and Paris.
Okay.
London and Paris.
Legion is on the west side in the 1950 house. I'm gonna go by and speak now. He in the middle of gentrification right now. He got a house next. I'm telling y'all where he at. I'm gonna go see him now.
Girlfriend house. It's
probably his girlfriend house, because he done moved in with her, because the house
in Douglasville is going to
Douglasville, and the studio is rented out right now.
Yeah, in Marietta. I mean, not Marietta, Midtown. It's in Midtown, and it's going. He Airbnbs that. He do an Airbnb in Midtown, and then the house in Douglasville is going through renovation. So he
moved in with her.
Yeah. That's what
I'm gonna go find her too and see what's going on, because you got to help your sisters out, because this can't be y'all, man.
Reese already helped them out, and he said he has so many people in his DM right now. He has so many females in his DM talking about, I'll be your side piece. You just have to pay my bills.
Oh yeah, that's why she stuck around, because he was paying the bills. Like,
and she said that
I don't know what he was doing,
paying the bills.
He was able to pay them bills, and he was able to put $10,000 down on that Altima. Now I don't know if he paid that $10,000 down because he went and got a PPP. I don't know.
He ain't say nothing about that PPP, but
maybe on the list. But back then there was a list you could look on and see who got PPPs. I might need to type his name in and see.
Type it in. Type it in.
Because he was balling.
Yep.
Tamron
did a background. Not Tamron Man. Tamron Hall. She did a background check on Legion, and it came back that he did not go to Sacramento State.
San Diego.
Back. San Diego State, whatever he was at, and that he did not play arena football.
What his name is? Jerome what?
McCoy. You running the background check on him? You Googling him. Well, let's wrap this up. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Now it's time to say goodbye to all my family. Until we meet again.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and share.
Don't forget the notification button.
Balloons drop.
Huh?
Make the balloons drop.
What I do?
Like this. You got them too far apart. Put them together a little bit. There we go.
Yay! Confetti. Until we meet again. Peace and blessing. Leave your comments below.